Greetings. I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey. For this journey, we'll have to go back to the heady days of the 1960s, mid 1960s, 1966 to be exact. We have two 8-month-old twin boys being raised in a relatively normal family of the time. They're being raised in the stereotypically masculine ways, probably being introduced to things like trucks and cars and machines and guns and submarines and all that sort of stuff. Stuff that boys supposedly like. And they do. I like them. I still do. But we have these two boys. They're being raised. They're 8-month-old. Around this time, the parents decide, well, either by religious doctrine or some other doctrine, they decide to take children to somebody to have parts of their penises removed. Okay, so the children are taken to this doctor or person. I'm not sure what they're called when what the person's called who does the act of circumcision, but that is what they were taken to have done. And the individual doing the circumcision is inept. And in the process of circumcising one child, that child loses it all. Bye-bye. No more weenie. It goes bye-bye. The parents wisely decide that the other child shall not be circumcised. Wow, amazing. The idea of cutting a bit off of someone's wang is not really a good idea, but too late for the boy who has lost his wiener. Some accounts say it was burned off. I have no idea what's going on. I don't want to know. Were they using a lightsaber to cut it off? I have no idea. It's 1966, Star Wars 77, so I don't think lightsabers were made yet. Oh, they haven't been made. What the hell were they using? Anyways, the parents are in a conundrum. What are we going to do with our boy who no longer has a weenie? I'm using silly words because it's fun. So, sorry, my nose is itching. So, I guess their cries for help are heard by a certain doctor. And this doctor, in a way, wisely says, okay, raise him as a girl. So, the twin boys are no longer twin boys. They're fraternal. I don't know what they're called. When you have a boy and a girl, twins. So the boy is raised as a girl. Fair enough. Only problem is this doctor also decides to do sexual experiments on both the boy and the girl. Kind of taints the whole idea. So the boy that is now a girl is being raised as a girl, duh. The boy shows interest in those things that he had interest in as a boy. And she had interest in as a boy. And, things like trucks and cars and trains and submarines and all that sort of stuff. And the parents, wisely not, decide to limit her from being able to have fun with those things that she liked when she was a boy. This girl, I'm sorry, I have a hard time with this. This girl, who is being limited from those things that she loved as a boy, and along with the horrible experiments this wacko doctor was doing, kind of goes cuckoo. Understandable. Completely understandable. And over time, this individual decides to detransition back to being a boy. Yeah, I'd kind of hate it too if I was limited from those things that I loved because I was no longer something. Over time, the boy twin, I guess overdoses or something, I'm not really sure. the girl twin who has had a removal of everything by this doctor, over time decides, I don't want to be a girl, and detransitions to being a boy again. And then over time, this individual's life is just, it's ruined. Both the boys' life was ruined by this doctor. And it's not ruined because this doctor suggested having the boy who no longer has a weenie to be raised as a girl. This doctor really screwed these kids up. And the boy, who is a girl, or who was a girl, who's not a boy, over time just gives up and kills themselves. That's it. The doctor, by the way, isn't convicted of anything. The doctor is also someone who came up with the whole idea of gender roles and gender rules, and gender in general as we know it now. I am, of course, talking about Dr. Money. I posit this. What led to the destruction of these two boys? Gender rules and limits. How so? Well, there's the first thing, where because the parents decide to take their children to have a part of their penis removed by some inept fucking fool using some sort of thing, resulted in one of the boys losing his weenie. Then Dr. Money, who actually has a good idea, raised the boy as a girl because he no longer has the things. You know, he's going to be facing all kinds of crap with bullies and all that sort of stuff. Okay. But then he did all the other stuff, forcing the two having mock sex with one another and that sort of thing. That's got to be cuckoo in the head. The other thing that I think led to the destruction of the girl, limiting the girl from being able to enjoy things that boys like. Gender limits and rules. If the parents had allowed the girl to enjoy trucks and cars and planes and trains and guns and stuff like that, maybe she would not have hated being a girl. Well, anyways, that's my story. I hope you enjoyed. Actually, there's really nothing to enjoy. It's rather disgusting. And it's a really good example of how gender rules and limits really screw people up and what they can lead to. And maybe people should start thinking about things. But I'm a nut bar, so. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If I'm wrong about Dr. Money, leave them down below. We can have a discussion, a civil discussion. Until later.